Hello everyone, this is John Moore with Appalachian Channel, and I'm back in historic Clinton today for their annual Antique Festival.
19th annual.
19th annual, and I'm back with Catherine here, and she's going to be interviewing some of the vendors today. We're going to see a little bit of blacksmithing. We're going to talk to some people that's opening up a new restaurant here in Clinton, and we're going to look at some of the other vendors. We're kind of having a little bit of a rain issue today, so we're kind of filming in and out of the rain, but so this takes a lot of work to put this together, I guess, don't it?
It does, but it's worth it because it's just it's a festival that people have come to love. So in the community, and they travel, and they all come down. So it's a really fun event.
Yeah, well, I've been here I don't know how many times over the years, and it's always fun to see the different things. And so let's go check some of it out. You want to?
Sounds great.
Let's go.
All right, I'm here with the one and only Coach Keith, who has his football players down here. They've been helping us unload for the Antique Festival, and they worked up quite an appetite, I think, down here.
Yes, ma'am. We really appreciate you having us down here. What's the use of being in a community if you're not going to help and be a part of it? So I'm glad that we all got to experience this. I live here in Clinton, so do they. So we're invested.
I love that you're invested. Thank you for bringing them. Tell us about some other things that have been happening at Clinton High School.
I think Clinton has made some major moves. We had a speaker in the other day, Dean Sykes, and he came in, and 123 kids gave their life to Christ, and 19 suicides were averted. That's big in today's society with everything going on with cancel culture, and I think the kids need to see another side, some other options. You know, we've given the enemy so many openings at our children, so we need to try to go back to what made us what we used to be.
Absolutely. So you're not only bringing kids out into the community, you're giving them love and forgiveness, and I just love what you're doing. So thank you for that. What you got coming up for the football season?
Well, it's going to be we have more of a blue-collar football team this year. You know, we had a lot of talent last year. We made a run in the playoffs, third round. You know, we're proud of that. But these guys here, their work ethic and their background and their pedigree, I think, will be just back in the conversation again.
Well, thank you for being here. We love having you here, and we'll look forward to talking to you again sometime.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all having us here.
Thank you. All right, I'm here with Danielle and Jason Hammock. Guys, tell us what we're doing here.
We are here selling our famous cakes, chicken salad, the potato salad, and pasta salad.
And why are we doing that today? What does this come from?
So this is kind of a sneak peek and kind of our unofficial grand opening before we actually get in our storefront. We're reopening at 425 Eagle Bend Road. It's the old Real Dry Cleaners downtown on Market Street where it turns into Eagle Bend. We had a restaurant downtown for roughly 20 years called Hammock's Perkadeli, and back during COVID we shut it down. Just became, times were tough, we had to shut it down. Since then the town of Clinton has hollered, wanted us to come back, sell that chicken salad. So we felt like once we got the right time, the right place, we could open it up. We have some dear friends that I work for that's in business with properties downtown, and a space became available. They were all about it too, so we've purchased the building down here, we've gutted it, we're getting ready to do construction on it. We thought, what better time to do a premiere, let everybody know what's going on, except for just bring it to the Spring Festival. There's so many people come down for all the antiques, to see all the vendors. We wanted to be here and be a part of launching it with Historic Downtown Clinton as well. That's a great committee that literally is changing the whole face of Clinton, and we're just glad to be a part of that.
Thanks. And your mother started Perkadeli's. Tell us about some of your memories that you have with your mom.
So my mom established 1982. My mom started a catering business in 1982 out of the basement of our home. We did weddings, birthday cakes, stuff like that for years. One of the fondest, craziest memories I got as a 3 or 4 year old boy, she did the grand opening cake for the Walmart on Clinton Highway. And it was a bunch of sheet cakes put together, and it was this cake was so big it took a 4 foot by 8 foot piece of plywood. That was the bottom of the cake board. And we transported it over in the back of my papaw's Smurf blue 1978 Chevy long bed pickup truck with a camper top on it. Yes. And I'll never forget that, being a little kid watching 6 grown men carry in a cake. It was weird, but it was cool. It was something I always remember. We've done festivals up at the Museum of Appalachia over the years as I've been growing up. As long as I've been old enough to carry something, they've had me working in the business. So this has been my life as much as anybody's. My mom, she just literally tried to give to her community and feed them the best way she could, and that was through their stomachs. That's how she wanted to give back to her community, and that's what we're trying to pass on is her legacy and what she did. And she'll be here. She'll be here a lot. She loves it. She can't wait to see her old customers and hang out. You know, she won't do it. She's not going to be doing a lot, but she'll be around.
Yes. We wanted just to carry on her tradition that she started. Everybody loves all of her cakes. Everybody loves just the friendly atmosphere. You know, we have 2 kids. We're fixing to be grandparents for the first time. So what better way than to bring our grandbaby up? I remember seeing a picture of Jason. He was in the kitchen. He was probably 3, 4, and he's literally standing on a step stool with a little apron, and he's stirring. And I'm sure he was tasting as much as he was stirring.
Yeah,
I was like, that's the memories I want to have for my granddaughter.
Yes, I was like, Jason's teared up a little right here because you guys want to carry on that legacy, which is awesome. So tell everybody exactly what you guys will be having for sale today.
Today we have our famous cakes. Everything is homemade. Nothing is store-bought. We have our carrot cake. We have our Italian cream. We have red velvets. We have strawberry. Everything from icing to ingredients is fresh. I mean, it's just all of her recipes. I was fortunate enough, she shared them with me. So I worked for her until she closed down in COVID. And I just love it. The smile it brings to her face and the community. Like, this is her passion, and we just want to carry on her passion.
I love it. And you also have the Darlene's chicken salad, right, which is famous.
Darlene's chicken salad. So if you want some of that, you definitely need to come down. We'll be here today until 6 o'clock. Is that today? 6?
Yep.
The pasta and potato salad, everything is fresh. Nothing
Everything's
is store-bought.
scratch homemade. Absolutely.
Oh, well, we're so fortunate that you guys are carrying on Jason's mom's tradition and involving your kids with that. So thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
Got it all the way.
Grab the smoke, fall off that way.
Got it? Yes. Yep.
I'm here with Michael Waters from Candlelight Forge. Michael, tell us what you're doing here today.
Making all sorts of stuff. Got a little custom order going on and making a bottle hanger, and then got my apprentice one of my apprentices over here making an S hook. He's cutting the stock right now. What he'll do is he'll use that piece that's in the vise right there to other way. There you go. He'll use that piece to make the S hook. We've got to cut it down to length first before we can actually start on the process of making it. And
You've already got an order and that festival hasn't even started yet. That's awesome.
She just happened by and stopped and was watching us, and then asked me, said, "Hey, do you do customer orders?" I said, "Well, depends on what it is. Let me go get something." I said, "Okay." She brought me this odd-looking bottle, and it needs a little hanger. She said she doesn't like the stand that it comes on.
Yes.
It comes on a little stand. She wants something she can kind of hang it on the wall and display it. So it's
awesome.
It's gonna. I'll show it to you here in just a second. But
Okay, yeah.
It's gonna be a unique little piece.
So what does this process entail?
Well, it depends on which part. So
Okay. Do you want to show us?
Yeah,
some
it's easier.
things?
It's
Okay.
easier to show you.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
I've got that out here right now. I'm actually going to be using that. Of course, the rain's going to come. So, this is the hanger. So this portion right here is actually going to be what holds the bottle itself. This is actually going to be sticking straight up. So what I'm about to do is bend this right here.
Okay.
In fact, I'll do that right here real quick. All right, so like I told you, a piece of wood to get these straightened up without messing them all up, is to use a nice block of wood. What I've got to do, since this is going to hold a bottle, I've actually got to get this to twist a little bit more to sit flush up against the wall. And I got to do it without messing up the twist. It's pretty close. Almost there. So to actually show you a little bit better, when you twist these, they tend to kind of get a little out of whack. So what I need to do is this needs to be flush with the back side, because this is going to be against the wall. And it's going to have a screw hole right here that I'm going to drill here in just a few minutes so that it can just hang, and then that bottle's going to sit right there. This right here is just an example of the process of how I would shape out a knife to make a blacksmith knife. So a blacksmith knife is a solid piece of metal sharpened down into a point, and it's very literally called a blacksmith knife because blacksmiths used it all the time. You'd have a little belt and you just stuff it down in your belt. Super easy to make. It's one of the biggest things that I taught. He's made a dozen of them. But this is just a little bit of the process of how the shaping goes to get it made. That's my personal knife right there. I carry it, use it in the woods, whatever. And then this is actually a failed knife. This actually has a crack in it, and I've been kind of messing around seeing who can actually find the crack on it. But that's a little chef's knife I was making for a friend of mine who does a lot of work for us. So
I was starting to look for the crack. I couldn't find it.
Could you not?
Not yet.
Dad should be here in just a minute.
Okay.
Hey, when you're flattening it out like that, watch what you're doing with your tong hand. You see the curve? See how it's curving up and you're having to adjust? Try to keep that more level, okay? So if you have to drop your hand down here, drop your hand down here.
So how old were you when you got started with this, and what made you want to get into it?
Let's see, I was 24 when I got into it. That was 8 years ago. I had an interest earlier than that, and it's all because of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Really? Okay, Johnny Depp, huh?
The first movie. Actually, it's the first movie. They're fighting in the blacksmith shop. They're sword fighting with each other. I fell in love with seeing all the swords, and at that time, Forge and Fire had just started. I think they were on like season 2 or 3, and I was like, you know, this might be something worth looking into. I was working at a place that I could get grills for nothing. We had a whole pile of them that were trash. I grabbed one, I turned it into a forge, and I just started beating. My first anvil was a hunk of metal about this big. It was sitting on a stump, kind of like the one he's got over there. And it's just been an addiction since then. Shortly after starting, I went to the Museum of Appalachian and just happened to run into a blacksmith there, and my buddy who will be here tomorrow, and me and him's been best friends ever since, and me and him haven't stopped. He's got a forge at his house. I've got 5 forges at my house. So we bounce back and forth, and we use mine to do a whole bunch of teaching. I actually have a whole setup dedicated to going to location and teaching multiple kids at once. He helped me with it. We just taught a Boy Scout troop out in Harriman.
Okay, that's awesome.
That was 2 months ago.
Well, great. We're so glad you're here. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm back with Joey Smith, and we are
guys.
right outside Burrville. Tell us about this building and the history of
Well,
it.
Burrville, I just found out today, is turning 25 years old next year. But the building that they're located in was the Wenders Dry Goods store. The Wender family moved to Clinton around 1906. They were from Lithuania, and they were Jewish, and they were escaping persecution in Lithuania at that time, so they immigrated to the United States and moved to Clinton about 1906 and opened this store and built this building between 1914 and 1915. So I don't know if we can walk. I want to show you a little bit of detail on the building. The building was built by Wiley Ring. He was a real estate developer for downtown Clinton, but it's a neat mix of stone and brick. And Mr. Raines, the owner of the building, says that this stone is stamped. It's got a stamp on it somewhere. I can't find it right now. The stone was quarried in Oklahoma. And then the front door, if you want to come over here, still intact.
And is this original also with the Wenders?
The Wender family did this tile entryway to the building 1914, 1915, and it's still here today. The Wenders lived upstairs, so they ran the store, and then when they would close the store down, and they would go upstairs, go home for the night. But especially after the store was closed, Mrs. Wender was said to come down and sit in the front of the store in a chair and talk to folks that were walking up and down Market Street, which is a fun story because the current owner of the building and operator of the store, Mr. Raines, he likes to come sit on this red stool, talk to folks as they walk up and down the street to shop. So it's funny how history just repeats itself over and
absolutely.
over again. So we'll take a quick trip through the Wender building. A couple of the features that we want to make sure folks see is really, really unique. The copper casing for the windows is original. It's still here. Unbelievable feature.
And the owners were just telling us something over here.
Yep. Mr. and Mrs. Raines, when they bought the building, of course it had probably been renovated at some point, had a drop ceiling and slat walls like commercial stores have covering all this stuff, but they pulled all that off to reveal these recessed wood panels and of course reveal the original height of the ceiling there.
So inside, Burrville is known mostly for their candles, but we're going to walk through here and Joey's going to show us another unique part of this building.
Yeah, if you come to Burrville, you got to get a candle.
Yes, it
They've got 'em in the
smells
dough bowls
so good in here.
and in the jars. That's what they're most well known for. I also think they're most well known for this awesome phone
I
booth
agree.
that nobody's bought yet, still here available for you. Came from somewhere in Upper East Tennessee, so another piece of Appalachia that's really, really cool.
Yep.
This is probably one of the only buildings, or it may be the only building on the street that still has the interior staircase, Mr. Raines called it the crow's nest, that leads upstairs to where the Wender family lived.
And as you said, they would work down here and then go upstairs.
Yeah, ran the store, dry goods store, and closed up shop for the day. Went home, and also I've also read the Wender kids love to walk down the street to Hoskins Drug Store and get an ice cream.
Oh, well, who doesn't love that? And you can still do that today. All right, and if you haven't seen the video from Hoskins that John did earlier, make sure you check that out as well.
Yep, and happy anniversary to Burrville Antiques, turned 25 years old.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Joey. I'm here with Stacy Davis from Strawberry Plains Honey Company. Stacy, tell us about your stuff that you brought with us today.
Well, I brought all of our flavors of whipped honey. As you can see, there are multiple ones. We have some fruity flavors. And then we also have things like French vanilla. It's good in coffee. We have a hot honey that is really, really good to cook with. Some elderberry, good for the immune system, especially this time of year.
Yes.
And then we've got our regular honey as always in comb. And then this is all of our other products. We've got dressings, barbecues, got a little bit of everything. Glazes.
Is there a fan favorite?
Yes, in our glazes, sweet bourbon glaze. It is delicious on anything. All meats whatsoever. And our salsas would be the peach salsa.
Oh, yes, I've heard about this.
Yes.
The habanero peach.
Habanero and medium. And then in our jams, the apple butter.
Yes. Oh, I'm gonna have to come back and get me some apple butter.
Yes.
Now, do you all make all this?
The honey, we are the beekeepers. We do the honey products. This stuff, no, we have a co-packer that does this for us. But it is as natural as they can possibly get it. Meaning, like the jams, lemon juice is used as the preservative, so there's no harsh chemicals.
Okay, awesome. And how long have you been doing this?
8 years is a family business.
Awesome. And you said you are the honey keepers out in Strawberry Plains. Okay,
yes, that is what we do.
That's
Tell
awesome.
us this. You say call it whipped honey. What's that mean?
Yes, whipped honey. Some people call it creamed honey. We think outside the box, so we decided to call it whipped honey. It's a thicker consistency, so you can put it on a hot biscuit or a hot bagel and it'll spread easily. And the reason we have so many flavors is our customers came to us and said, hey, I'd like to put it in my tea, or I'd like to flavor my oatmeal. And now it's to a point where you can put them on cookies as icing.
Oh, okay.
You can cook with them. We have more flavors to come out with too.
That's great.
We're working on, yeah.
Yeah.
Where can they find you at if they're not,
StrawberryPlainsHoney.com, our website.
they can order directly? And you do
Yes.
different festivals. What else? What's your next festival?
Our next one, we just did Rossini and cornbread. We have this, and then what is next? Oh, we do a Louisville, Kentucky Memorial Day show. And then we do like World Chicken Festival. We do Peanut Festival in Alabama.
Where is the World Chicken Festival?
In Kentucky.
Okay.
Yes, we do really big festivals. Irwin Apple Festival.
Okay.
Is a really good one too. So we venture outside.
Yes. Well, we are so
Other
glad to
local.
have you here today in
Thank
Clinton.
you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Thank you for having us. We really like this event. Hopefully the weather will
Yes.
cooperate.
I know. I hope so. I'm here with Megan Jewell from the Plant Trolley. Megan, tell us about this adorable setup you have here.
So we are Knoxville based. We call ourselves a Knoxville mobile plant shop, but we do Knoxville and then an hour radius around. But we sell tropical house plants, so we always have one side full of bright light plants and the other side full of like low light house plants.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so for someone like me who is really challenged with plants, you make it easy, right?
Right,
On which
exactly.
ones you could tell me which one I could get.
Yep.
and which one.
Yeah, they're all pretty easy just because I take care of them all by myself, so it would be too much if they were hard.
Well, and the rain's not going to hurt them today.
No, that's
It'll
great.
help them. How long have you been doing this? What made you want to do this?
So 5 years, and then during COVID I started selling my house plants just to kind of like help, make a little bit of extra money. And then it just kind of built itself, and then we found this trailer and built onto it, and here we are.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And you go to lots of festivals and lots of outdoor events.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you.
I'm here with Ken Huddleston from Shirley's Boy Country Cooking. Tell me, who is Shirley's Boy?
I am Shirley's boy. Shirley's my mama. We got the name from, well, my wife came up with it, but whenever I go to the family reunions, everybody says, oh, hey, there's Shirley's boy. So it sounds good, it works, so I stuck with it,
So back to your roots with Mama, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's where I started at. She was very much in the kitchen. I grew up in the house with her, making the biscuits from scratch, things like that. So that's what I do here. Between my chicken and dumplings, my chocolate gravy, which I have named after, my brownie named after my Aunt Lucy. I go to her house every year and she'd make chocolate gravy, and that was special. So I did it, put it on the menu. My dumplings that my mama made on the menu and all that kind of stuff. So I try to keep, the food good, whether it's fried cabbage or meatloaf or chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, chicken and dumplings has definitely become a Clinton favorite.
Yes,
so
for sure.
you always have to bring that to Clinton, and typically we'll sell out with that.
Yeah, absolutely. If I can bring chicken and dumplings here in the middle of July, August heat, and sell 5 gallons of them in an hour, I must be doing something right.
That's absolutely right. Yes. How long have you been doing this?
We'll be in business 3 years on July 15th, 16th.
Okay, and this
like
is
that.
something that you and your wife do together?
Yeah, we do
Yep.
it full time. My wife, she likes to stay behind the camera, but she's amazing. She's my rock. Couldn't do it without her.
Awesome, awesome. Well, do you want to show us some of your food?
Yeah. Come on up. Let me climb in here and. All right. Let me grab some gloves real quick. I'll just show you. I'm not going to serve anybody, but show you what these dumplings look like. What do you think, guys? Should we show them the chocolate gravy and biscuit?
Oh yeah.
I think we should. Here's some of those good hearty 60 ribs, chicken and dumplings.
Oh
very much
man,
so
it's
known
lunchtime
for.
and I'm hungry here.
And here we got our buttermilk biscuit with chocolate gravy. And if that doesn't tickle your fancy, let me
Wow.
show you. I got this one. It's called the Appalachian Cinnabon. Okay?
Oh man.
This is right up your alley. That's a warm cinnamon roll.
Uh-huh.
Top with our fresh homemade apple butter. Then topped off with some cream cheese icing.
Oh my gosh. That looks
This right here.
delicious.
I don't go to Powell without this right here.
Uh-huh.
I come into Clinton, it's chicken and dumplings, chocolate gravy. But this right here is what Shirley's Boy is all about, all right?
Okay, well that definitely lives up to its name with country cooking,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Awesome. Well, all right. Well, I'll see y'all later. I'm going to be
I think
busy
y'all
eating
come
the rest
see
of the
us.
day.
Follow us on Facebook, Shirley's Boy, Country Cooking.
Well, Catherine, that was interesting to get to see some of the different vendors here today. And this is Friday. Tomorrow's the big day. You'll have a lot more vendors on Saturday than you do Friday.
Yes.
So you do this again in the fall, though.
Yes, the first weekend in October 4th and 5th is this year. But we always do the festivals the first weekend in May and the first weekend in October every year.
Okay, so they've missed this festival the time they watch this video, but the
Yes.
next festival they can get it.
Yep.
And it's in Clinton, Tennessee, just off Interstate 75, about 5 minutes. So you've been the director of Historic Downtown Clinton now, what, for a couple of years?
3 years, yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So how you like doing that?
I love it.
Do ya?
It's great, yes.
Get to meet all the vendors and work with them?
Yes, I get to meet so many people that I wouldn't otherwise meet in our community and, really in the Southeast. So it's great. It's a very rewarding job.
So you got some of what you do is you've helped get some grants to redo some of the buildings, and we have one of them right here.
Yeah, so this building just got a facelift.
The blue building that they're seeing.
Yes, it just they did the brick and mortar tuck on it, so we were able to preserve the original brick, and then it got all new windows, and you can see all the scroll work and detail on that building. So that should last another 100 years now that we've done that. So, and then we have a few other buildings that are going to be getting the same facelift thanks to the grant that we received on that. So
well, that's great that you're putting the time and the effort into restoring these old buildings, because so many of them get to the point that they need quite a bit of work, and a lot of people just tear them down and they're gone.
And we do not want that.
Yeah.
So historic preservation is very important to us as an organization. So, and that's part of it, and that's why we do the walking tour with the historical signs that give information about what's been in that building and who owned it and built it and all of that information, because it's living history and it's important to share and to learn and to pass it on.
How did they find that walking tour? How did they do that?
So it's on our website. There's a link to the walking tour sign, and we'll have to talk about that a little bit more in one of our videos.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe
We'll do the walking
let's
tour.
Do the tour on
Yeah, we
one.
have about 37 signs now
Okay.
that all have historic information about our buildings.
Well, let's go over here and look at some of your shirts.
Okay.
The building we just saw is on one of these shirts. I didn't realize that. Let's go over here and look at that.
So we of course have our Antique Junkie shirt for Clinton, Tennessee, because everybody here today is an antique junkie. So, and then this is the shirt that has our building on it.
And it's got the water
tower, and then our train depot. So it's kind of a compilation postcard of some of the things that are unique to downtown Clinton.
And these will be at the festival in the fall.
Yes, yep, they'll be available then. So, yep, oh, and here it is. Yep. So, and then we advertise in Busy Bee Trader and then the Journal of Antiques and Collectibles. So we have some copies of those here that people can take. And then, of course, our coffee mug is one of the favorites as well. So we had a local artist draw that.
Nice. I like coffee cups. That's nice.
Yes.
We're going to get ready to head out to another location to film today, and it's been another fun day, ain't it?
Yes, it has. Thank you.
We're kind of getting used to doing this together now.
Yes, we have, and I hope people are enjoying learning about Clinton and the people in Clinton, and come and visit us.
So maybe on our next visit, we'll get to go into one of those buildings again. There's one right over here, if we can get this one. I've always loved this building right here, and that would be one I'd be interested if you can get us access to that sometime.
I absolutely can. And that one is actually the next one that will be getting a facelift with our grant. So.
Well, how about that?
Yes.
Well, we'll be looking forward to going in that. Make sure to check out the other videos I've done here in Clinton if you're interested in coming to Clinton. I think we're about 4 videos in, counting Hoskins Drugstore was the first one. And we're going to be going back to Hoskins Drugstore, maybe on the next video, and have some breakfast there. And then maybe come look at some, we don't ever know what we'll get into, but we always find something to do. So, well, guys, thanks for watching another episode of Historic Downtown Clinton, and thank you for hosting. Doesn't she do such a great job as host?
Well, I'm learning from the best right here.
Well, I don't know, not for me, but anyways, it's always fun working with you. And guys, we'll see you on the next video. Make sure to leave us a comment now. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.